I'm so thankful for Helping Hands, and I'm very thankful for those fatherhood classes. It saved my kids' life is what it did. I got to the point where I knew that I needed to be a better father, and that was a long journey to get there. So, started out when I was very young. I never really had any good experiences with fathers, and I was probably about 9. I got took to a crack house, and it was just a rough childhood, man. I just never had any good foundation to build off of. Fast forward a little bit. So I get in the Marine Corps and I'm doing better. I'm staying sober. I'm trying my best. I went to Afghanistan. Real stuff happens in real life, After that, I got back and I was not okay, I just wanted everything to stop, and I got really deep in addiction and alcohol. Fast forward a little bit longer, and I got a wife and kids. And I always wanted to be a good father, but I didn't know what that meant. I started to become all of those dads that I had in my past. And I was, for lack of a better term, twacked out and drunk. I was all these things. I was essentially trying to fill a spiritual void with a physical means, And I got really bad one night. It wasn't pretty. And then she and my kids took off down the street and they were running from me. And that's when I knew, when my kids were begging me to go away, that I needed to do something to be a better father. And that's when I threw my hands up and I was like, I don't know where you are, who you are, what you are, but I need you, man. And I talked to the courts. That's when I heard about the fatherhood classes at Helping Hands. And then, I walk in this room and they got a nice table laid out. They got food. Everyone's so welcoming. And I'm like, what is going on, man? This is weird. Because nice people weirded me out then. I connected with the bearded man, Pastor Everett, I think. I was like, is there any book that could teach me how to be a better father? And then he was like, well, right here. And he held up the Bible. And he was like, there's everything you need to know to be a better father right here, man. Loving kindness. What is that one word they use? Agape love. And I'm just soaking it all in. And it was all because he sat there and was like, man, there is a print on how to be a better father. It's a map. And it's called the Bible. I don't know why you're not reading yet, but now you need to start reading it, you know what I mean? Growing up, I never had a dad or any kind of guidance. And now I find out that this whole time, he's been just sitting there waiting for me to come to him. If he's willing to wait for me after everything that I've done and teach me how to be a better father through a book, that's pretty amazing. One of the things that is hardest for me is to forgive myself, because I have done a lot of bad things in my life. And I actually made a lot of progress whenever I was baptized for the first time a couple months ago. That feeling that he's forgiven me, you know what I mean? Now I got my kids back, and my kids say, it's another great day to be sober, Dad, Man, I try not to get too emotional because I don't like getting emotional, but when it comes to my kids, they're gonna have a chance at life. And they're not gonna have to go through what I did. It was because I got to be a better father through taking those fatherhood classes. If I had to talk to someone who was, in a situation like me, and why is it a good idea to take this class? Basically, you gotta ask yourself how much you love your children. How much does being a father mean to you? And if your answer is that you love them and you wanna be a better father and strive to be the best father so that way they can be the best they can be, that's your answer right there.